I'm Sean.
I'm Kai.
I'm Nick.
And we're SuiteTooth. We're doing some SuiteTooth reacts. We're reacting to some of our favorite and some random improv sets from years back, and some of ours, you know, our own sets from the past couple months.
So we did some UCB Cage Match sets in this video, which is great. And if you like this sort of thing, we're keen on doing more of it. Today we're joined by the lovely Dylan Manning.
Great guest. She has a lot of good stuff to say.
Give some insight, and she is a fellow improviser, and we met her through the Magnet Theater in New York City.
Is that true?
I did.
That's not how you did.
Yeah.
I met her on Zoom.
Okay.
Dylan and I used to be on a team together.
Okay. And now you're on the couch together.
Now we're going to be on the couch together.
That's hot.
Things are going great.
Let's get right to it.
Right to it.
Amazing opening song, Katy Perry. No, I'm just
Eye of the
kidding.
Tiger. That's
Keep
20
going, keep going.
I missed this old theater.
Back in 2014.
I do miss this theater. This was
Kai,
really
did you
fun.
ever go to this theater?
No.
And you missed it.
Awesome.
Well, I've watched so many videos as a kid of it enough that I feel like I was there.
I've been there.
I didn't know about it until I went there. I was going here at this time.
All right, Mr. Dennard, I don't think I've ever connected with you on this sort of level.
No, I'm gonna open up your eyes, son. All right. You see that? Is that in focus?
I know you're a young boy.
Yeah.
Does this kind of test taking ring a bell to you? Have you
Yeah,
taken
when
a
I
test
was a
like
kid. So I was there when the switch happened.
Okay.
You're talking about the overhead
that? Overhead
projectors,
projector.
where you would put the thing and do the expo marker on top.
Right, and the teacher just
Yeah.
has
So
one.
that was
copy.
until I was in like probably junior high school, so 7th, 8th grade. We
Okay.
used that, and then it switched over to
I feel like nobody else had it except for Mr. Allen, my one teacher.
like they would have the students like format that.
Yeah.
And make like kind of how he was doing. We'd have to like sometimes prop books underneath it, and the teacher would have us be like, okay, now
The
we're
overhead
ready to
projector?
Yeah, like so that way it could fit on because some teachers didn't have that when you pull down
Yeah.
to present. They would have to do it on the chalkboard.
Oh.
Maybe my school just didn't have the budget.
The specificity, I think, is really...
That is good. That is good.
cool.
I also think it's like
2014. That reflects.
interesting. They like haven't really done anything yet. Like not even the game, but
Yeah.
and we're like almost 3 minutes in, and he was just adjusting the camera, and that got just playing that and committing to that got so many laughs.
Original quiz timed
Yeah, with the rest of the class?
with a stopwatch.
Yes, hell yes. Those animals, yes.
Man, they are nuts, aren't they?
Animals. I gotta know, you got an inside view, so you probably see some
It's
stuff
mainly
that I
it's
ain't
just
gonna
doggy
be
dog. I'm just trying to like keep my head down. You know what I mean?
I wish I could keep
You
my
wish
head-
what?
Some of the stuff I hear, I wish I could be back there going, I don't know. I don't hear nothing, I can't wash my hands of it. But, no, I gotta send eyes and ears, man. all around.
1952.
Unpause. Come on!
What, like, as an improviser, what you're thinking,
Yeah.
you know, what do you put in the back of your head? I really like how he labeled the class as a bunch of filthy animals.
Yeah.
And, you know, that got a big reaction, so you got to bring that back a little later.
It sounded like he was saying that this is timed, and then the funny thing kind of was like the quiz was unique to him versus how it was for the
Right.
rest of the class,
Okay.
maybe.
There's already something inherently funny about the child already has like higher status, even though he's younger. So it's
Yeah.
already inherently funny that
That's a
the
good
child keeps asking all these questions, like kind of running the scene.
Reminding the teacher in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
love that.
But with all the questioning and everything and no strong emotional point of view, it just seems like they're just throwing things up to try to grasp one thing. But
Yeah.
none of them are both agreeing to each other to follow that.
Also, I feel like since it's like we know the setting here, it's probably a lot of people who are in the community or students, you know, and so I think these teams were so hyped up that they got laughs a little bit easier in this setting, maybe than if they were just doing a random improv show with a complete strange
I
audience, you
picked
know?
up on that too. It's very strange getting that kind of forced laugh from an improv audience.
Yeah. For me, the most important thing, I think, what you said about what to bring back, just that stage picture. If you go to that at any point, you'll probably get a laugh. Later in the scene. It's
Well,
such
it's
an
also
easy, you
giving
know
you-
exactly where you go to.
And it's giving you a school, like even just that,
Yeah.
knowing a school, there's so much you could play off. But I wonder what their form is. You know, I'm curious to see.
Hi, you got a package in,
Uh-huh.
so I'm bringing it into your office. Is that okay?
Yeah.
May I enter your office?
Listen. Just because you're not my servant, you're my assistant. Okay? You have. Marnie, you can enter the office.
So smart. It's like 2 lines. He completely gifts her the entire game, basically.
You can't take yourself on vacation. You get 2 weeks a year right out of the game. You know that. I told you that. Sure.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's something to look forward to.
Great.
Which I never had before.
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna be like the saddest character ever.
Can I get you anything else?
If you could grab me a pair of scissors, I couldn't find them earlier, and I know I'm going to need them to open the package. So, if you could get me a pair of scissors. Scissors, they're 2 like sort of knife-looking things.
I stole your scissors.
What? Okay. Why? Why would you steal my scissors?
I'm sorry, I stole your scissors. They were so nice. I've never had scissors before.
No, aim higher. Aim higher.
Yeah, he definitely came in, and I feel like they definitely had a stronger emotional sense of like how they felt about each other, and that influenced the scene. And I don't know. It was
in a positive way.
It was like
Yeah,
literally like textbook. Like he said, you are like you're my. What did he say? Like not my servant. You're my assistant.
Yeah, he was a little heavy-handed, but that's what it needed.
And then he also, I think, did a good job of like keeping it moving. You know,
Mhm.
like they could have just been stuck there talking in the office, but then he was like, "I need this package opened." You know, he like had the painting.
He put a playing piece down and said, "Please
Yeah,
make
like
a move."
play with this.
Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Because I feel like that's what you need sometimes, and you don't need to know where it's gonna go, but just to do something in the environment can help.
Yeah.
I know you said he looked familiar, but are you,
Yeah.
like Brandon Scott Jones? He's done a couple movies recently. I think he
I feel
was
like I've
in
seen him in a TV show or something.
The Good Place.
More about like strong characters, but it came out strong characters, staying active in an environment to push it forward, so that was never stale. It's always moving. Yeah.
If this is a Herald, we still don't know, but I'm interested to see where that could go for second beat, because
We should also say it is cage match.
It is
so
cage
there
match.
is a bit of that heat of like
yeah.
you're going up against somebody that
Oh, for sure.
and you know that great fuel for an improv scene.
I think that's why the audience is so electric right
Yeah.
now, because they've probably been seeing shows all night. They're very warm.
That's a Mai Tai. That's an ice cold motherfucker.
Clink, clink. Ice cold.
I didn't realize we were in a Budweiser commercial.
I've been in situations where there's that. What did you just call that?
It's
Half
like half sideline support.
And then they see how they kind of went back to each other here because they knew it was like not going to be a permanent help.
Yeah.
And then they it was like a gift
Well, I
almost
feel
on
like
the
that was
sideline.
almost like doing a audio like sideline support almost.
Yeah,
where you're
almost.
just calling out something.
They just like painted that
little
picture,
thing.
but I've had people that I've been with a long time ago that then it's like about them on the side.
Yeah.
But I like how they went back to the scene. It was just a little coloring. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could have been the rules stopped them from following their instincts.
Like the rules of a herald.
Yeah, just the rules of improv. There's like, oh, I feel like I need to go, if it is a herald, then like I feel like I need to go support. But then there's like, oh, I can't do that. So we're kind of like in that weird middle space, making a choice. But another aspect of that is they could have been making a big choice, but then they realized, oh, we've been taking attention away from the main two.
Wait,
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Our question for this bar was that we wanted a jukebox. Jukebox? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Full of base of base, okay? You wanted full base of base.
well, you got it.
Yeah, if
We wanted everyone to feel like a sort of edgy 1994 teenage girl.
I don't feel I'm sorry, but there's no hope for you.
Maybe you're right. You want a Mai Tai? It's on me.
Because you're talking about like the sideline people not stepping in too much, you know, but then he like from the scene pulled them in, you know. I haven't seen that before, but
Right,
then it like
well-
became his choice to have the sideline be more like of the scene, maybe because that guy was leaving.
In my opinion, if that
Yeah.
happens, you have to go all in. If there's like a
Oh,
choice,
now he called. Yeah.
if he kind of calls you out, because the other guy kind of left the scene, right? Did he walk away?
Well,
at
he was
first?
about to,
He
and
was
they're
about
kind of
to.
arguing also.
Because he was like, I'm not going on the train. Taking
That
two
was
trains.
such a
which is
good. I
great
wonder.
justification.
For the guy right here in the middle, his mindset. I wonder if he was a little bit like, I don't know what to do now because
Maybe.
my partner just left. But
Because they commented.
but they
also.
went back, and then he's like, "Who are you people?"
Yeah, and
It's
now
funny.
and now we're almost in like
But he could
beat
be
2 of the scene or something.
Right.
My sense is, and you know, we're 10 minutes into whatever. I'm wondering if that was like an organic transition to a group game.
That would be
Yeah, that's
something.
kind of what I was thinking too. If it is a Herald.
Props to them if that's the case. That was so smooth.
Colder than water formed ice.
Yeah.
All right, bebopsters, let's learn science.
That was a tag out.
But is this the second beat now of?
Oh, I thought that was a transition into the first group
He
game.
tag, and then pointed. So that
Okay.
indicates.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were saying that he tagged them into their second beat or something. Because that's
See that again.
two guys from the first beat. Of
Let's
the,
take a second look.
we get a slow mo.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Bebopsters, let's learn science.
Oh, but
All right, now you guys know this is a class for beboppers.
Yeah.
We learn science.
You're right, Sean.
We can spout off in cars. Wait a second, are you kids racing balls? If you're racing...
Principal Walton, what are you doing here?
No, this is out of my jurisdiction at all. But I came by to keep an eye on you guys. If you're racing balls, you gotta put pink slips on the line.
They could have just as easily have done the actually throwing in the racing of the balls, and they probably will get to it. But the people just jumping in like that's so good. It just adds so much like color, and I feel it's always just good to follow your foot in that situation. Like now, this is like the bowling shop owner who's now upping the stakes and making it more of a.
Did he say pink slips?
Yeah,
So
so it's like
pink
a,
slips on the line. Yeah.
yeah, they're playing. So now they're playing. Once they figure out what the scene feels like, now they're playing with genre tropes.
Yeah.
So it feels like a Fast and Furious drag racing. So then, cool.
Is that a reference to that?
Yeah,
Oh,
race
really?
with pink slips.
Okay.
So now, yeah, they kind of have an idea of like what tropes from those movies they can add into it.
Cool. I don't know pink slips.
yeah, I guess that's the
I
problem
was
with
getting the
referencing,
sense-
you know.
I was getting the sense that it was drag racing. What's a pink slip?
Like the title to your car.
That's science, man. That's science. Yeah. Galileo did that. Yeah. That's what wins a race more than
All right, gentlemen of the church.
Galileo, what have you brought us out for this time?
I realize that I have been imprisoned for saying that the world is round. But now...
Why you keep reminding us of that?
But I have something even more shocking to show you.
Wait, you have something more shocking than the very...
The more you go to jail.
The more it's shocking, the more you go to jail.
The line was, oh no, what's his name?
Galileo.
Galileo. Right. But she like turned back and kind of did this like, right guys, kind of like motion and just signaled to her posse.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been in that moment where you try to do that? You're like, oh no, and then like everybody disagrees with you.
Yes.
Especially in like early kind of level 1 classes.
100%. I'm so happy you brought that up because I've been watching her this entire time.
Yeah.
And they've been like mildly supporting that and not supporting that, and he acknowledged it. Your boy. On the
He
far
was
right.
like, cool it just now.
But then he went to something else too. So she's working off that peas in a pod. She's expecting the peas in the pod. She's been all them be like, no, Galileo, no.
Yeah.
But they're really not. They all have different attitudes.
Right. They all kind of say yes and then have their own.
Yeah. But good on her. Really good on her for just sticking with it.
Yeah.
And being so afraid that he goes in jail that she can't sleep
I
at
think
night.
it also speaks to maybe the team being really comfortable with each other and just experienced, because
Right.
I feel like, that was definitely a note in a lot of one-on-ones that we would get doing group games, just like, one opinion, or there's two sides, like
Pile
everyone
on.
kind of agree.
Yeah.
Or what it is, it's like a group game should be 90% just agreement and 10% yes, or I think that's something I heard a lot.
Yeah, I even had some group games where like the instructor would have us go on different sides of the room if there's opinions forming. Yeah. Just to make it so simple.
Did you experience that with your one-on-ones, like people not?
I gotta say, I'm still experiencing.
I mean,
that.
same, honestly.
In classes.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. Group games are definitely, people struggle with them.
And and sometimes people like over agree. Like I was in a practice group where we were doing some group games, and then as people were stating their opinions or something was going on, so many people on the side would be like, "Yeah, totally," and the coach had to be like, "Just don't talk." Like we need to just focus the energy more a little bit, and that was like an more advanced team.
So I would like to talk to you guys about Doug. As you know, I'm the guidance counselor.
Okay, yeah.
First of all, I'm apologizing. My husband is wearing a jean jacket with the sleeves.
It's hot outside.
Gift, justification. Did you get a gift? Why? It's always a banger. It always gives a laugh.
So I kind of missed the moment.
Yeah. Sorry that my husband's wearing a jean jacket to this meeting.
With no sleeves.
Laugh. The audience is waiting for the other character. He gifted that his husband's wearing a jean jacket. It's hot outside. Big laugh. Some people do accept gifts but they don't explain the why. And I've been learning, especially with our practices, how funny it can be just to like try to explain something that you didn't even come up with. It's always funny.
Have you guys ever done that exercise where someone is like, "Why are you wearing an Elmo suit in court?" and you just have to justify it?
It's funny.
Immediately.
I'm already.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait,
Have you ever done that?
Kai, why are you wearing an Elmo suit in court?
See our next show to find out how.
And I don't know if they have. Maybe I'm not picking up, but I haven't had a sense of calling anything back, bringing things back.
I kind of feel like they won't.
They're just following the funny.
I feel like in a lot of the montages I've seen in this era of cage matches, they don't do that.
I can't hear you. What's cooler than being cool?
Ice cold!
All right. We'll write down ice cold. All right, now fellas. Yeah! I just want you on your best behavior. Okay? I said, what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold. That's the only question I got.
Okay.
There you go.
So they kind of hit it real hard with the.
I wonder if they
callbacks
saw the
in the
clock
end.
and they were like, "Oh, we have 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Let's go."
In a montage, are you trying to build to a lot of callbacks?
I mean, a lot of people kind of talk
Do you
about it like a
remember
diamond.
you and I in Circuit, we did a montage.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
What?
In a show or just in practice?
Well, we did it for a show.
Yeah.
What we wanted to do was like a 7-minute scene or something up top.
Yes.
And then just kind of, I guess
what did he call
they
that?
did.
What did he call that? He had a name for that.
Oh, a deconstructive
montage.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't a montage. Well, I mean, like there are different types of montages.
Yeah.
It's kind of could be like a free form.
I feel like people talk about it a lot as like a diamond, where up top you start like grounded, then you go a little, or like just like some two people kind of establishing, then you play more, then you like get really crazy, then you kind of like bring it back together with some callbacks, like third beats.
Yeah, that was great.
I don't know. I think
I enjoyed that.
I love that guy with long hair. He was just in that movie.
Aaron Jackson.
Yeah, he was just in Dips, the music. I think he made it.
Yeah. The tall guy?
The guy with long hair.
Yeah. I remember him.
Yeah, I love him. He's so funny.
I learned like so many cool things about it. And he was in the Korean War, and one of the guys he was with was
Nice.
Wow, what a crazy opening.
It's just like that's such a good example. Like one thing to frame it can make it funny.
Well then, I guess I have no other choice, old witch, but to eat this black apple. apple.
Of course you do. Of course you do. I have no choice. You gotta eat the black apple.
Okay, I'll save it for a snack.
What? No, you I missed my opportunity. Just go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, but you promise me you're gonna eat it, okay?
Yeah, sure. I mean, eventually I'm gonna get hungry. I mean, or I'll give it to the horse, or like it's
Don't give it to the horse! Don't give it to the horse! That black apple is not for the horse!
This fair beauty sleeps. It's a horse. I will kiss it.
Steven! Huh? What are you doing in the barn?
Nothing! Right now I'm feeling like there's a sense of acting. That they're all just kind of following the fun.
Also, it seems like they're setting the tone, like keeping with the tones. Like when she was like, "I'm young and a woman," that set like this is the tone of the scene. You know, like just being like commenting on the obvious maybe, and then that kept going throughout the whole thing. You know, so it seems like they really hone in, like they hear that and then they go for it.
Okay. Watch the spillage over there.
It's just on my leg.
Okay. Can I get some more?
Of course.
You can pour more than like a drop.
You want the whole bottle? No. Because like this, when you pour this whole bottle, when you pour a cup, it's like half the bottle.
Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, that's good.
He's doubling down.
Wow.
See?
Happy now?
Happy now, you fat fuck.
This rug is $500,000.
Good to know. I'll piss on it.
Oh my gosh.
That one girl in the audience is like disgusted.
I know. Yeah, on the far left.
Wow. Good pattern. Just like an AB.
How does he look?
I like the picture of this horse.
Yeah, I like this too.
Wow, this is smart.
I'm just working as a blacksmith.
They're doing a split scene now.
Alright, go down. I'll see what's going on.
Are we kissing?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. That guy shaking his butt. I like this butt work.
What are you doing? What were you doing?
I love that he's just shaking his butt.
Kid stuff.
Kid stuff. He said it's okay.
Okay, now you're awake. Let's try my dinner. So you're gonna eat bacon if there's no prince around, is that right?
If a prince is around, I will eat bacon because I want him to think I'm one of those cool girls that eats, but secretly I don't.
I see what you did. I did the opposite.
You've never been married, have you?
No.
What happened?
No.
Sometimes I say long story, but it's not a long story. It's a very short story.
That's okay. Sometimes I say no, but I mean yes.
Let me get you some bacon.
In terms, I don't know what this form is, but they're like.
What is this form? Yeah.
You can pause it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they're not really doing a form.
Yeah.
They're just doing whatever feels good, but yeah, they're keeping a through line, so they have a few different plot points.
Right.
It's almost like a really like cracked out Spokane or something.
This is kind of a one-act play or a play.
Well, it's like they're bringing stuff like it's like a Spokane with multiple centers or something, but like a lot more casual, I guess, than
very cool, very loose.
They also don't let any questions from the audience drop. So like in particular, like what was it? When the kid was getting ready to fuck the horse and he swore at his mom.
Yeah.
Kids don't talk like that to their parents unless there's a reaction.
Right.
And they just immediately answer that question. And so there are any questions that pop up, they answer it.
That's a great point.
Yeah. Also, I feel like this is such a good example of like, I don't know, how much group mind or just like a team's bond can really work because they're so in sync with each other.
Yeah.
Like one person starts the time thing, they all do it. You know, there's just like no hesitation in following what someone's doing, which I think makes it work a lot better.
I don't know. I like that rabbit hole of just like making sure that you answer a question. You know, if the audience has a question on the thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it like feeds more because now they had like that whole thing with the parents. You know, he was the blacksmith. I don't know. It's just like adds so much more to the scene by just having one like honest reaction to something.
How we doing, kids?
Right down the line.
It's like, was this all everything we saw? That was just in the storybook.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. No. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that way
Crazy.
it's a bit of a spoken
Yeah, I guess it is spoken.
Yeah.
When no means yes and yes means no, and I'm waiting tonight.
Copy the war.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can see it as that, sure. Even though this is part of the story, we haven't gotten to know.
Right underneath the floor.
Is that your question?
So what do you think's going on behind the scenes here with this? Going back to the beginning, with him coming out of, it seemed like Dylan's reaction was even like, "Oh, it's a monologue opening."
Well, it's
But then they made it into a story time sort of thing. But was he trying to initiate a scene there?
The suggestion was nostalgia.
Right.
So my assumption, like with this team, they just like to fuck with each other all the time.
Yeah.
Which, if they fuck with each other, that means they have immense trust in each other. So he just did the first thing that came to his mind.
Right.
And then he trusts as
just to talk about his life sitting down.
Well, it's interesting too because you saw the woman was about to like step out with him at the beginning, and then she like pulled her chair back and didn't step out with him and let him talk for a bit, and then I think maybe the guy in the black stepped out first to be a kid, and she followed. You know.
And coming out line in hand gave it the effect of it being not a character. You know, it was very like seamless into the piece. You know. Which was cool too. Yeah,
I think that is really good. Like what you're saying, like trust in your team, because I don't know, like if a team doesn't know each other and someone just starts sitting and talking and no one joins them, I could see everyone on the back line just being freaked out and you know it like going kind of off the rails.
Yeah, like Aaron Jackson, the boy, was like, "I'm gonna kiss him," and he's like, "Okay, kiss me."
Yeah,
and they kiss each other.
Right.
Yeah. The fairest of them all is a maiden with skin as white as snow and hair as black as coal and, you know, tiny feet.
White as snow, hair as black as coal, and, you know, tiny feet. Hey, how come you not talk to the mirror on the floor?
What?
Mirror on the floor.
Wow. There's like no back line in these sets.
No, you're on the floor, okay? Mirror, mirror on the floor. That's you. Where can I find this white woman with black hair?
Oh my God.
Google searching. Japan.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Whoa. She knows.
Yeah, she's like.
Blue.com is the best rate that I can get. No layover, and preferably under $600. I don't let a red eye. I'm a nervous flyer. I'm a witch.
I'm a witch. What is his name? Aaron Jackson, right? He has such good body language.
I love him.
He uses all of his height.
Why are we making a
I'm just leaning back.
You can do that?
Yeah, you
can, there's a little button.
Yeah, okay.
Yes? Can I get 2 more red wines? They both just spilled all over me.
Now, you two ladies think about what you would like to do.
Okay. So you're not a Wicca. What kind of witch are you?
$19.
I'm a magical
You
witch.
just saw this. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, ups and downs.
You said you used to be a queen.
What?
You said you used to be a queen.
Yeah, I used to be a queen, but now I'm a witch, you know.
What country? Maybe I know the country.
England!
Oh, I've heard it.
I always get kind of nervous when there's like an airplane scene, you know, or like a driving scene that I'm in, because it's like, uh-oh, what if, like, we're just sitting here, you know, there's not a lot to play with, but yeah, I love that they're just using everything that they have. Like, even just the backing up is like now a whole thing.
Yeah, it shows you a domino effect where like one action creates the opposite equal reaction.
Yeah.
Look
And
at
it's like
that. Whoa, what was that, Nick? Look
What?
at that.
Some Galileo.
Science.
Okay,
This
Galileo.
over here.
Pretty sure like Isaac Newton. But yeah, I think, that's a good way of describing it, like a domino effect. Yeah, I don't know, just something.
But also, they were doing sort of that silent miming in the background, but they already have the character game in mind. Like, he came so seamlessly in with the... What did he say? He spilled red wine in his lap?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
like,
just gave
somebody
them the
could
one.
react.
And now we have 2 great new characters and, you know, I mean, potentially 3 here.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
That's what you were saying too, I think, before about like answering the question of the audience. Like, they lean back. Now those people are annoyed. There's like an actual consequence.
Yeah.
Yes, come on through.
Beep, 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 beep.
Who are you? Like, who are you really? If you can sum it up in a sentence, who you really are inside.
Not like my name and stuff.
Don't
like,
care.
Okay.
Don't care about your name.
You mean like spiritually?
Spiritually, yes.
A novelist.
I love this because he was just like a TSA dude, kind of said one thing, and then he got gifted like the poetry thing, and now he has this whole character again.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
That's something Peter McNerney is always telling his students, to make sure that you come on as, in your mind, you're the main character.
But I like too how this guy I don't think he had like so strong what he was gonna do, you know, and then just hearing, I think that woman say like, we got your poetry thing, then he just was like, I'm leaning hard into this.
My name is Nicholas, and I will murder you now. With these spikes into your eyes. Abracadabra! I would have stopped your death. Oh, you're still suffering.
What if sucked your dick? Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We have a monthly show at the Rat. That's the 3rd Thursday of every month. Rat NYC in Dumbo. And we have other shows. Follow us on Instagram and follow us here on YouTube.
Follow us up top.
Up here. Up top.
Up here. Follow us when we get to those golden gates. You're going to be following us.